So I'm mixing two. Just finished pouring out the 4 tubes. No, technically it's damaged. It's looking like... Hey guys, welcome back or welcome to my channel. If you are new, hey. If you're a returning viewer, hey. Okay, so as you guys can see by my shirt, if you're familiar with my channel already, this is my dyeing shirt. I am once again dyeing my hair. My roots have grown out a smidge, as you guys can see. So this is my hair, the current state of my hair. The color is pretty, I will say the color is pretty. It's not like the color isn't pretty, but I kind of want to switch it up again. I like the color, but I want to go a bit brighter. I don't know if I'll ever achieve the shade that I have in my head in real life, but I'm going to try. So this time I'm going to try to be a little bit more detailed because I feel like my past two previous videos I was a bit vague or I did some things off camera. So in this video I'll try to do more things on camera. That way hopefully you guys will have a better understanding of what it is that I'm doing and how I'm able to achieve the results that I do. So yeah, I want to preface this by saying that this is not a tutorial. I am in no way a professional. This is the third time that I have ever dyed my hair. I watched a few videos on YouTube and it's turned out really well so far, but I'm just hoping that my luck doesn't run out. But yeah, I wanted to get that out of the way to say I'm not a professional. This is just me dyeing my hair at home. So today I am again using the L'Oreal HiColor highlights, but I'm doing something a little bit different. Today I'm kind of making my own shade. Usually in the past I would just use the HiColor highlights in copper, but today I am mixing the HiColor highlights in copper and the shade Ash Brown, if you guys could see that. If not, here it is. So I'm mixing two ash browns and two coppers together. So before I would use 3 coppers, but today I'm going to do 4 because in the past I felt like I was spreading it a little bit thin and I could have used the extra tube. So I'm just going to do half-half, so half copper, half ash brown. And I am again going in with my 30 volume developer. And let me see. The L'Oreal HiColor highlights, they say to use 2 parts developer to the coloring itself. So each tube is 1.2 ounces. Yeah, 1.2 ounces. So you would use 2.4 ounces of developer per 1 tube. So I'm just gonna double what I use in tubes to developer, and I'm using 30 volume developer. You could use 20, I could use 20, but I don't have 20, so I'm just going to use 30. But if your hair has already been lightened before or processed, it's safer to go in with 20. That way you can minimize the damage that you're putting onto your hair. I'm gonna go in with 30 because that's all that I have, and it's worked so far. My hair still seems healthy. It feels healthy. I know technically it's damaged because I processed it, but it doesn't feel any different than it did before, if that makes sense. So I have my old hairstyle in my hair. So all that I'm going to do is just comb it out instead of blow drying it because it's already pretty stretched. So I don't need to stretch anymore. And I'll come back once I'm done. Okay, hey guys, so I just finished combing out my hair. I just used a wide tooth comb. If your hair isn't stretched, I recommend blow drying it on like cool or warm, just so you can have as stretched hair as possible. But this is what it's looking like. I feel like I look like the Mad Hatter from Alice in Wonderland. Yeah, so I'm working on really dirty hair, like really dirty hair. I had a moisturizing something going on in it beforehand because I knew that I was going to dye it. So I did like a protein mask a week ago, and then after that I did like a deep moisture routine. So that's the last thing that was in my hair. So it may appear a little bit darker because of the oils and stuff like that in it, but yeah, you can kind of see my roots. It's not really anything. I could have honestly waited a month or 2 to re-dye my hair, but I feel like dyeing your hair is kind of like getting a tattoo. Once you dye your hair, you kind of just want to keep dyeing your hair, which isn't the healthiest thing. But after this, I do not plan on dyeing my hair again anytime soon, unless it's to like touch up my roots. That is to say, hoping this goes well. If it doesn't go well, then I'll probably do something to it. But hopefully I can give my hair a break, because this is my 3rd time dyeing my hair in 3 months, which isn't the best, but I guess it's also not the worst. So yeah. So I have two different mixing bowls, because usually when I use the 3 tubs or the 3 tubes of hair coloring, it fills this bowl to the max. They're about the same size, but I just got an extra one just in case like overflowed. I didn't want it to like make a mess. So all I do, I'm gonna do it off camera because I can't really like show you guys when I'm doing it, but I'm just going to empty out the 4 tubes of hair coloring into the bowl or bowls, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like before I add the developer. Okay, hey guys, so I just finished pouring out the 4 tubes of coloring. The white is the ash blonde, and then the orangey color is the copper shade. Something that I want to preface before we continue, I mean, you guys will have the luxury of forwarding or skipping into the video to see what the end result is. I'm doing this blindly. I was never able to find a video or videos or even blog post online of anyone mixing these 2 shades together, so I don't even know what this is going to look like at the end. I'm hoping for a light coppery, maybe strawberry blonde, but I don't know. If anything, it could just turn out the same way it's been turning out, like a lighter shade of copper each and every time I dye it. But I honestly don't know. I watched a few of Brad Mondo's videos, and he said repeatedly that color doesn't lift color. So even though I'm using an ash blonde, I'm not really expecting it to lift too much because I have copper color deposited into my hair shaft. So based on his videos, the ash blonde shouldn't really be able to lift this hair color, maybe like my roots, but not the general hair color itself, based on his videos. However, I will say that each time I've dyed or re-dyed my hair copper, it's gotten lighter. So I'm hoping it gets a bit lighter and brighter and more like pop. This copper is really, really pretty, but I feel like it's kind of like a muted copper. It's not like a bright copper. It's like kind of just here copper. So yeah, I'm going to add the equal parts of developer. So if it's 2.4 per 1 tube, that's 2.4 ounces times 4, so that's the amount of developer I'm going to mix into this. And then once it's mixed, I'm going to apply it onto my hair, and you guys will see that shortly. Wish me luck. I didn't pray to the hair gods today, so hopefully this goes well. Okay, so usually I would do my left side and then my right side. I'm debating if I want to do like my back first and then work my way to the front. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna continue doing what I did the last 2 times because it worked out. And I got an even job, so I'm just gonna do left side first, then right side. Okay, so as you saw, I parted my hair into 4. I'm going to start with the back section, or the back left section, and then the most important thing to get an even dye job, or as close to even as possible, is to do really small parts. So I'm going to do this part first, and that's like barely any hair, but the smaller your parts are, the more precision you have, and the more likely chance that it'll be even all around rather than splotchy and you missing some spots. So that's what I've been doing. It works really well. I just pretend like I'm flat ironing my hair, and I'll do the same like small sections I would do when straightening my hair when dyeing it. Okay, hopefully that helps. Okay. I just added the developer. As you can see, I'm using a kitchen, well, not even a kitchen, I'm using a plastic knife because I believe you're not supposed to mix this with metal. I'm not too sure. I felt like it's better to be safe than sorry. So I'm just mixing it all together. Something that I was surprised by, was that the ash blonde was just white. I was expecting yellow for some weird reason. I don't know. Yeah, so I'm just gonna continue mixing this, and then once it's all mixed, I'll start applying to my hair. And yeah. Okay. So I just finished mixing the dyes. It's the same dye, just split into 2 bowls because the 4 tubes were too much for the 1 bowl. So now I'm just going to apply it onto my hair. So when I apply it onto my hair, I just, like I said, take really small sections. So I'm going to, hopefully you guys can see. Alright, I'll bring you guys a little bit closer. Like to shoot down a little bit. Okay, so I just put it onto the section of hair. I just go with my fingers and the dye. And avoid your roots. You want to avoid your roots until like the last 15 minutes of processing your whole head. So I do the shaft and the ends, and then I'll leave it on my hair for like 30 minutes or 25, and then I'll do the roots at the end, and then let it also for 15 minutes, and then wash it off. And then after I apply dye into each section, I go with my Denman brush, my Scammer Denman brush, to brush the hair or the dye through the hair to make sure that every piece is coated. And that's been my technique that I've used so far, and so far it's worked really well. Something I do want to mention, I'm going to mention really quickly because I want to do the dye process really quickly before the product sits out for too long, is that you're not supposed to dye your hair over and over again, like pre-dyed hair over and over again with permanent dye. You can use like color deposits, but I don't know that much about hair dyeing, so I've just been dyeing my hair over and over again. So far so good, I've gotten lucky, but like I said, do your own research. This isn't a tutorial per se, this is more so just me documenting my experiences. If you guys want to follow along and do it at home, do it at your own risk. Just know your hair as well as your hair's health before you do it, and to see how your hair acts. Everyone's hair acts differently. My hair can handle it, yours may not be able to, yours may be able to, yours may be even stronger than mine. It all just depends on your hair. So I'm gonna quickly run through this. I'll leave you guys so you guys can watch me do it. I'll be back.
Take it away, feeling too good to me. Chilling all day, all in your space is where I wanna be. Here in this room, what did you do? I just can't get enough. Too caught up in your love. I've been trying to forget, but you won't let me. Something in my brain wants you. I've been hanging by myself, asking for help, but nothing seems to work on you. Yeah, you always make me feel like home. Yeah, you never leave my thoughts alone. Yeah, you're the reason I'm going out my mind. I just can't stop thinking about you. All that I crave when you're away, nights are sleepless. Do we need space? Yeah, maybe a break. Boy, you're my weakness. Give and we take, the love that we make, it's my favorite drug. Too caught up in your love. I've been trying to forget, but you won't let me. Something in my brain wants you. I've been hanging by myself, asking for help, but nothing seems to work on you. Yeah, you always make me feel like home. Yeah, you never leave my thoughts just can't stop thinking about you. I just can't stop thinking about you.
Okay, so I just finished dyeing the shafts and the ends of my hair. I left my roots, as you can see. I put it in a struggle clip that's barely containing my hair. So what I'm going to quickly do is put the clear caps on to try to keep the heat in so that the hair can fully process. And I'm gonna put 2 on. Just wiping off some of the dye that was on my ear. Okay, so it's 8:45. I'll be back in 30 minutes, and then in 30 minutes I'm just gonna do my roots. And I ended up using all 4 tubes of the dye on the mids and ends of my hair. So for my roots, I'm going to mix 1 tube of the ash blonde, as well as 1 tube of the copper. So 2 tubes, or I'll do half a tube of each because I don't need 2 full tubes just to touch up my roots. So I'll do half of a tube of each shade and mix it with developer and then do my roots. So I'll see you guys in a little bit once this finishes processing. Okay, it's been 30 minutes. I'm about to mix half of each, the ash and the copper, with a bit of developer, touch up my roots. Oh, something that I wanted to mention is this time around I could hear my hair processing. It's like little sound. I've never heard that before. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. We'll see when I wash it. So yeah, I just wanted to make note of that. Okay, this is half of each. Now I'm just gonna mix in the developer and you guys will see me apply it to my roots. Hey guys, so I realized I didn't film the end results. So these are the end results. It's been 2 days since I dyed my hair and it looks pretty much similar to the second time I dyed it, except there's this like really pretty yellowish gold, not yellow but like I don't know, it looks more lively to me, if that makes sense. So I think from now on, I'm going to continue mixing the ash blonde with the copper in order to get this shade. But if I come close, you guys should be able to see the like goldish tinge that I'm talking about. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.